Cassie Heiter.
So glad walk around happened tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Because just wait till you hear about the weekend.
All that tissue paper and the chicken line out there.
It'd be a mess.
Yeah, a little bit. But.
Probably, yes. And I obviously earlier today I kept saying that the walk around was tomorrow. So thank gosh that wasn't the case. That happened today, and it was actually nice and dry. It was just a little cool. But tomorrow, if you are headed to the OSU game, it is going to be terribly cold, and it's also going to be a little damp. So kickoff is at 7. Temperatures will be in the 40s. We're also expecting a chance of showers pretty much the entire time. Probably not consistent rain the entire time, but on and off showers throughout that time. So it's just going to be chilly. It's going to be wet and really not much better for the OU game. In fact, it looks colder. Now, kickoff is at 11 a.m. in Kansas, and we're going to be in the upper 30s during that time. Halftime, upper 30s, fourth quarter, 40 degrees with a north wind between 10 to 20 and a chance of some spotty showers during that time as well. So it's just not going to be the best weekend for doing really anything outdoors. But the cold front that came through this morning, that is now well off to the south and east, but to the north, you can see in the purple, those are freeze warnings. The orange, travelers advisories, and the red, winter storm warnings. So some colder air is definitely on the way. And it's already kind of chilly outside right now. This is our Regency camera, put our Lucky Star Sky Chem network. We're pretty quiet, but 48 degrees, and northeast wind at 11 miles an hour, and it feels already like just 43 degrees. Temperatures have dropped down into the mid and upper 30s, and the Panhandle upper 30s and low 40s in the northwest, but we're still sitting at 73 degrees down in Idabel. The cold front has yet to move through parts of McCurtain County, but it's getting there. A north to northeast wind between about 10 to as much as around 20 miles an hour or so, and it's going to stay kind of like that this evening, overnight, tonight, and tomorrow pretty much the same as well. It's not going to be terribly windy. That will happen actually though on Sunday. So we've got a big time storm system moving in from the north and west, moisture increasing from the south, but rain will hold off until sometime very well after midnight for most of us. So along the Red River, we're talking big between about 4 to 6 o'clock in the morning. Eventually that's going to increase across the north, so moving into the metro, I think by about mid to late morning. Early afternoon, though, that's when we're expecting more scattered showers and a few storms. I think we do get a few breaks in there throughout the day and especially later in the evening. But by late tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night, another cold front moves in. That's the Arctic cold front, and we're expecting more moisture and much colder air to move in behind it. So on the backside of that, we're also expecting that transition over from rain to areas of more of a wintry mix, so maybe some light ice and parts of the northwest at times mixed in with a little sleet, and same thing pretty much for the Panhandle. But everything looks very light. I think the most that we could see is maybe just under a quarter of an inch or so out in the Panhandle. By Sunday afternoon, it's going to be terribly cold, but by later in the evening, most of the rain's going to go away. We're going to start to dry out, but we're still going to have a lot of wind, and wind chill values, they're going to be brutal. So tonight, just dropping down into the low 40s, but the upper 30s in the northwest and some 50s and 60s in the far southeast. Overnight and into tomorrow morning, eventually that rain will increase from the south to the north, so it's going to take a little bit longer to saturate up there in northern Oklahoma. But tomorrow afternoon, temperatures only in the upper 40s. That north wind between 10 to 20 miles an hour. In the afternoon and evening, we're still expecting scattered showers and a few thunderstorms. Tomorrow night to Sunday morning, still likely precipitation, but again, in parts of western Oklahoma, it's going to be a cold rain and sleet mix, freezing rain and sleet out in the Panhandle. But how much are we expecting? Again, not a whole lot, but just enough that it could cause a few issues. So in far western Oklahoma, as far as ice totals are concerned, maybe a trace, but under a quarter of an inch. In the Panhandle, same thing for the sleet. Maybe a trace in the far west as far as sleet is concerned. So by the time we get into, especially later Sunday afternoon, you're just going to have to watch for those slick spots, especially on those bridges and overpasses in far western Oklahoma. Sunday afternoon, temperatures will not make it out of the 30s, but combine that with the north wind between 20 to 35 miles an hour, and it's going to feel much colder than that. Much of the afternoon will be spent feeling like the 20s, but by Sunday evening into Sunday night, eventually as skies start to clear out, and we're still going to have a lot of wind, it's going to feel more like the upper teens and low 20s. It's going to stay cold on Monday and Tuesday. For Halloween, it does look dry, just a little chilly, but temperatures moderate throughout the week. Guys, back to you.